Lady Wild Hockey is on the air from Albert Lee, Minnesota. Game 2 of the Albert Lee 10U B2 girls tournament. It's Lady Wild taking on the Egan Spartacats. If you know what a Spartacat is, you're one up on me. I have no idea, but good broadcaster probably would have looked that up and done a little research, but here we are. Looks like Lennon's going to be in net today. Beckett made the trip up this morning, so add another one to the bench. Penny looks like she's feeling a little better, but I don't think she's going to give it a go yet this morning. So looks like Margot's going to take a face off. She's going to have Finley Reed and Ellie Reed out with her. Ruby and Beckett back on defense. Egan picks up the puck there at center ice, try to bring it forward, and Lady Wild are there to slow that advance down. Finley sends it over to Riley. Oh, that was Riley out there, not Ellie. So now comes back to Ruby. Ruby picks up the puck. Chop Suey sends it into the Spartacat zone. Cat's not able to collect it there behind the net. Riley comes up, tries to center. Spartacats steal it away, steal at the far boards. Comes back to Ruby. Ruby tries to send it in. It's met by a couple skates. Margot picks it up. She's thinking wrap around. Goes right through the front of the crease. Comes back to Ruby. Ruby has a hard shot in, and it goes off a skate and reflects back down into the Lady Wild zone. Ruby speeds back to pick it up. Now she's skating with it behind the net. Now she reverses, sends it the other way. Riley battling over there. Now Beckett's going to go. Spartacats try to center. It's deflected out. Sent back in deep. Spartacats try to center. Ruby intercepts and chips up towards the blue line. Spartacats able to keep it in. Comes back in deep where Beckett picks it up, sends it up to Finley. Finley skating up with it here in the near board, tries to chip it around. She's able to get out of the zone, and Spartacats enter too early offsides. Line change coming. Going to have Caroline and Gwen back at D. Laura going to take this face off. Ellie to the right. Bree to her left. Spartacats send it in deep. Caroline goes to collect there behind the net. Caroline skates forward with it. She brings it out of the zone. She picks up speed as she comes across center ice. She's going to come down, take a shot. Goalie deflects it behind the net. Spartacats send it up, and Gwen's not able to keep it in. Caroline not able to get much on that backhand and is not able to clear it. Spartacats send it back in deep where Gwen picks it up. Gwen battling two cats back there. Now Laura tries to center her out, and luckily that doesn't connect with that Spartacat. Caroline sends that into neutral ice and now into the cat zone. Spartacats collect, send it up. It's going to come out of the zone now. Gwen's going to chase it down. I think we're going to, no, let it go, 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 let it go. Gwen picks it up before icing, and now she sends it, tries to send it out of the zone. We got to get back, girls. Caroline chips it up to Ellie. Ellie sends it across center ice and into the cat zone. Cats collect. Caroline picks it up in neutral ice, tries to push it forward. She's met by four cats. Here's Caroline again, picking up speed. She's going to come in. Takes a shot just wide. Laura picks up the puck. Tries the center. Comes out to Bree. Bree didn't able to collect. Now comes into the neutral zone. Lady Water got the reset. Ellie gets out just in time. Avoid that offsides. Cats try to send it out. Gabby comes in. Tries to set it in and hits Ellie. Now the puck is going to trickle down into the Lady Wild zone. Come on. And Lennon makes her first save of the game. Gwen skates it up, passes it to Bree. Cats send it back in offsides. We're going to finish this line change now. Margot going to take the face off. Riley and Gabby coming out. Ruby and Becca back on defense. Margot sends it across center. Now it goes into the Spartacats zone where they skate it back out, but Riley able to keep it in. Now Riley takes a shot. Oh, it goes just wide. Margot reverses, sends it up to the near corner. Gabby chases it down, centers. Kick save. Margot sends that back in deep. Now Cats send it up the boards. Comes back to Beckett. Beckett loads. She centers. Cats intercepts. Send it in deep into Lady Wild zone. That's going to be icing. Oh, they wave it off. Wave it off. Must have been a tip somewhere. Ruby picks it up, skates forward with some speed. Now she's skating up the far boards. She chips off the boards where Riley picks it up. Two Spartacats keep it in the zone. Now Ruby gonna hit it hard off the boards. It sends it way down deep. Probably gonna have enough for icing on this one. And we'll come down and do a defensive zone face-off after this line change. Laura took the face-off there. Shot goes towards the net, but Lennon helps deflect it wide. Now comes out of the zone. Caroline picks it up. She's picking up speed. She's got one to beat. Nice move, and she gets that in past the goalie for the first one of the game. Lady Wild up 1-0 after Caroline takes it down about 2/3 of the ice and gets a shot in. One nothing Lady Wild. There's 8:59 left in the first period. Faceoff came over to Bree. Bree pushed it briefly into the Cat zone before they're able to clear it. Now Spartacats pick it up, skating the Lady Wild zone, where Finley sends it back in neutral ice. Laura at the far boards. That was offsides, but we'll take the no call. Cats sent up to the blue line. Gwen's there to hold it in. Now she's skating it forward. Now the Spartacats are able to get it out. Back in and offsides. Margaret going to take this face off. She's got Ellie and Riley out there with her. Ruby and Beckett on defense. Margot brings that into the zone. The Cats send it back out. Ruby picks it up, chop sues her way into the zone, and now she sends it in deep. That came hard back up, and if we would have been there for that garbage, pick up that deflection, it would have been a nice opportunity, but the goalie rushes out and covers. Margot sends that face off hard towards the center. Gets deflected back out to the high slot. Ruby not able to bring that in. Lady Wild reset. Everybody comes out. Ruby sends it back in deep. Comes around to the near corner. Margot collects. Tries a backhand centering pass. Now it comes up to Ruby. Ruby not able to get much on that backhand. Now the Spartacats try to bring it out, but Margot's there to send it back in. Riley tries to connect with the centering pass. Spartacats intercept. Now Beckett sends it into the slot. This gets sent right back out. Can't send it out. Comes into Lady Wild zone where Ruby picks it up and she's skating with it. She pushes it in neutral ice. Margot pushing forward. A little bit of stick battle there. Comes back to Beckett. Beckett sends it back in. Offsides. Laura going to take the face off. Try to have Gabby and Bree out with her. And then Caroline and Gwen back at defense. Shot gets sent in towards the net and the goalie covers. I didn't see whose stick brought that in. It might have been Bree or Laura. Lady Wild up 1-0. 6:36 left in the first period. Laura taking the face off. Laura chips it over to Bree. Bree tries to collect. Gets tangled up in some skates. Now Laura comes in, comes back to Caroline. Caroline sends it from the high slot. Gabby tries to get in there to poke it forward, but Spartacats come in. Gwen keeps it in. Now it comes back out to Gwen again, and she sends it back into Gabby. Gabby sends a hard shot, goes just wide. Spartacats send it up to the point, and Caroline's able to send it back in deep. Puck ends up in front of the net. Bree sends it in high. Now it goes out to the far boards. Gwen keeps it in, sends it back in deep. Spartacats bring it around this side to the near boards. It comes up. They're going to try to get around Caroline. Caroline keeps it in. Now Laura passes it up to Gabby, but not able to connect. Now it comes back up to the blue line where Caroline keeps it in. Now Bree just has one to beat. Takes a hard shot. It goes just wide. Bree comes over and sends it towards the center. It's intercepted and sent back out to the near corner. Bree sends it in deep. Spartacats send up the near boards where Caroline collects at the blue line. Caroline fires in. It goes wide. Not able to connect on the centering pass. Now Gabby sends that towards the net. Hits the side of the net. Goes back in deep. Cats send that up to the blue line where Caroline's going to skate forward. Tries to backhanded pass to Bree. Gets intercepted and sent up to the near boards. Caroline recollects. Now she sends it in deep. Comes up over to Gwen. Gwen battles. Sticks tangled up. All five Lady Wild are in one place there. Great effort by Caroline to keep that in. Got some tired legs, it looks like. Spartacats are able to get it deep down in the Lady Wild zone. Now Gwen picks it up. She's skating with it. She sends it up the far boards. Finley's up fresh off the bench, chips it up out of the zone, and Spartacats come in offsides. Margot battling with it. Now Riley sends it into the Spartacat zone. Spartacats pick it up, try to push it out. Finley intercepts. Now the Spartacats pick it up, skate it in neutral ice, and Margot's there to pick their pocket. Spartacats try to skate into the zone, and Ruby slows it down. Puck skirts just by as Beckett loses her edge, and Lennon comes out, makes save number 2. And that's number 3. Ruby skates up, sends it in neutral ice. Now it goes down into the Spartacat zone. Spartacats try to break out. Ruby kind of off balance there. She disrupts things. Now Lady Wild sent it back in, and it goes briefly in the Spartacat zone. They're clear, get in the center ice. Ruby sends it back in deep. No icing. Ruby hits that off the stick before it gets out. Now Margot sends it back in deep. Riley chases it down the near corner. Margot battling, keeps it in the zone, sends it back in deep. Spartacats trying to break out. Lady Wild converge. Now it comes up to Beckett. Beckett sends it back to Margot. Now it's comes by up, gets out of the zone, comes in Lady Wild zone. Beckett loses her stick. Spartacats send it towards the net where Lennon covers. Line change coming. Laura going to take the face off. Ellie and Gabby going to play forward, and Gabby and Caroline back on D. Gwen sends that up out of the zone. Spartacats send that in offsides. Laura sends the puck over to Gabby off that face-off. Now Laura picks up the puck again. Now she's picking up some speed, entering into the Spartacat zone. She takes a shot. Pad save, covered by the goalie. Line change coming, and Margot taking the face off. Bree to the right, Riley to the left. Caroline and Gwen still out on defense. Spartacats send that up to the blue line. Gwen just not able to keep it in the zone and sends it right back in offsides. Now we're going to have a D-line change. Ruby and Beckett coming out. Margot sends that in. Now she picks up the puck deep. She's going to back into Bree. Bree there. That shot goes wide. Puck comes to the near boards. Beckett skates down to pick it up. She sends it in. It's batted behind the net. Margot tries a wrap around. Has it taken off. Now Bree picks it up. She tries to get it through those 4 Spartacat bodies. Now it comes to Ruby. She tries to backhand it in and doesn't get enough on it. Comes back to Ruby. Ruby not able to keep it in. Riley sends it back in deep. It's going to get on net, and the goalie's going to cover. .22 seconds left in the first period. Lady Wild up 1-0. Laura sends it over to Finley. Finley sends it over to Ellie. Now it comes up to Ruby. Ruby sends a hard shot in. Oh! Just barely keeps that from getting between her legs. That goalie makes a good save as a hard shot from Ruby comes in from the slot. Or from the high point there. Laura sends that over to Finley, but Beckett comes up, sends a shot in. 5 seconds left in the period. Not all in the first period. Lady Wild up 1-0 on Spartacats. Shots on goal favor the Lady Wild 6-3. We'll take a 60-second break. Taking the face off here to start the second period will be Margot. We got Gabby and Riley out there, and Caroline and Glenn back on defense. Face off comes back. Caroline picks it up, chips out the boards. Now she's going to keep bringing it in. She's skating into the Spartacat zone. Nice pass over to Margot. Puck still loose in front of the net. A lot of players playing from their knees and just not able to get that in before the goalie covers. Spartacats pick it up, skate it in neutral ice. Caroline and Riley slow that down. Now Spartacats pick it back up, skate it in the Lady Wild zone. Caroline wrestles that puck away, and she's skating with it behind the net. Now she's coming up the near boards. Chips it around. Has one to beat. Now she gets around her. One more. Nobody there for her to pass to. She's going to try to center. Riley comes in. Margot's in front of the net. Great job by Caroline keeping that in the zone. Now the Spartacats are able to clear it where Lady Wild are going to reset. Margot sends it up. Gabby had a little bit of space, but the Spartacats are able to get that puck deflected behind the net. Spartacats get around 1D. Glenn going to push the play wide. Great play, great teamwork. Gabby skating with it through neutral ice, cross center ice. Now Riley picks it up. She's in a foot race. Not able to get a shot off. Goalie's down, girls. Come on. Let's get a shot on. Spartacats try to get to the zone. Lady Wild keep it in momentarily. Now out. Spartacats with a nice pass. Now they're coming in. They send one towards the net. It goes in front of Lennon to the right side of the net. Now Margot sends it up and out. Jordan calling for a forward line change. They're not listening. You get a D line change with Ruby and Beckett coming out. Spartacats try to get it around. Ruby sends that towards the near corner. Little collision. Puck comes up the near boards. Spartacats try to center. Beckett clears. Comes out of the zone. Where he tries to pick it up. Now across center ice. Spartacats send it back in the zone offsides. Got Lara, Bree, and Eliel on offense, and Ruby and Beckett back on D. Face-off goes over where the Spartacats pick it up, try to shoot. Beckett gets a skate in the way. Now the puck goes behind the net. Ruby chases it down, sends it up the near boards. It comes out of the zone, goes through neutral ice. Now it gets down to the Spartacat zone. They're waving off icing. Bree picks up the puck, tries to center. Nobody there. Spartacats picking up speed as they come through neutral ice. Great back check there by the Lady Wild. Now it comes out of the zone, offsides. Margot taking the face off. Finley and Gabby out there. Now Margot sends that deep down into the Spartacat zone off the face off. Gabby going to chase it down at the far boards. Finley tries to center. Spartacats send it back to the near boards. Now they're going to try to send it up to blue line. Margot pushes it back in deep. Cats sending it around the boards. Gabby collects, tries to center, gets off the side of the goal. Comes up to Caroline at the point. She sends it into the house. It goes through. Goes to the far boards. Margot tries a backhand to Finley, but it gets intercepted. Spartacats bring out of the zone. Lady Wild reset. Gabby picks up the puck. She's skating with it through center ice. Sends it into the Spartacat zone. It's going to forecheck ladies. The Spartacats are able to get out of the zone. Lady Wild reset, but Mario comes in before the puck and offsides. All right. right, Ruby and Beckett in playing defense. Riley, Laura, Ellie on offense. Spartacats try to come in offsides. We're going to stop the play. We'll have a face-off with the near dot and sent in the neutral zone. Ruby sends the puck up the near boards. It comes out to the blue line. Spartacats try to set it in deep. Riley gets in the way. Beckett's picking it up. Tries to pass it forward to Ellie. Spartacats now send a shot in from the left wing circle. Ruby picks it off. Ellie skates with it and neutralizes. Spartacats defense comes up, sends it back into the Lady Wild zone. Lady Wild not able to clear. Spartacats send one in, goes in front of the crease. Now Riley sends it up and hits Laura. Laura picks it up with speed. She's only got the goalie to beat. Pad save and cover. .13 left in the second period. Lady Wild up 1-0. Margot taking the face off. She's got Gabby and Bree. Caroline and Gwen back on defense. Face off comes over to Gabby. Gabby tries to send it through the left wing circle where there's several things that get in the way. Caroline sends that in. Now it comes up to the near boards. Gabby slings it towards the net. Puck's still just sitting in front of the net. The goaltender's down on her back. Spartacats are able to clear it before that we are able to get that goal in. Spartacats able to get that past Gwen. Gwen chases it down in the Lady Wild zone. Now she's going to skate it behind Lennon. Now going to send it up to Caroline. Gabby sends it in neutral ice. Margot's going to send that in. Icing. Ruby and Beckett now in. Laura takes the face off. Ellie and Riley on the wing. Laura picks up, sends it up the boards. Now puck loose right in front of the blue line. Doesn't come out, and Boji tries to skate it deep. Lady Wild converge. Beckett picks up the puck, sends it up to the far boards. Ellie's waiting for it over there. It comes up and out and offsides. Face-off comes in. Now it goes deep to the Lady Wild zone. Ruby sends it to the near boards. Laura picks it up with some speed. She comes in this neutral zone. Now she's just got one to beat. Shot. Cover. Lady Wild getting some chances, just not able to get it in past the goalie. Margot's going to take the face off. Bree to her left. Gabby to her right. Caroline Glenn back at B. Nobody in front of the net as Bree tries to send it from the far corner. Now Spartacats send it into the neutral zone. Caroline pushes forward. Back and forth we go until Spartacats get it in the Lady Wild zone, and Gwen sends it right back out. 3 Lady Wild converge. Gabby comes away with the puck. She skates it into the Spartacat zone. We got 2 in front of the net this time. Goalie covers. Whistle. Margaret comes away with the puck off the face-off. She sends it in wide. Now she tries to wrap around. Goalie trying to cover. She just lays backwards on it before puck does end up in the net, but they whistled it. Should be a goal there for Margot, but ref lost sight of the puck and whistled it dead before it goes in. Goalie having a good time showing off her dance moves here. She's stopped 10 shots. Lady Wild have 11 and 1 goal. Spartacats have 3 shots on Lennon. Lennon stays perfect so far with 5 minutes left in the second period. So Jordan was asking for a little explanation there after they wave off that goal. Ref's going to give them what they saw over there. All right, offensive zone face-off. Margot pushes forward, gets a shot towards the net. Once again, just not able to get that through. Gabby tries to center. Now Margot picks it up, tries to backhand. Now Gabby backhand. It goes wide. Spartacats able to exit them, but Caroline picks up this puck. She's thinking she's going to skate it in. She gets around that one. Now she's skating forward, enters the Spartacat zone, keeps her speed, but puck comes off her stick. But Margot was there to send it in. Goalie blocks and covers. All right, fresh line out here. Laura taking the face off. Riley to her left. That's Finley to her right. Ruby and Beckett back on D. That puck just flips over Beckett's stick as she tries to keep it in. Now Laura picks up the puck, skates into the Spartacat zone. She gets pushed wide, but she sends it in. It goes in front of the crease. Finley picks it up at the far boards. She loses her edge. Spartacats push into neutral ice. Beckett able to disrupt that. Now Ruby pushes up the near boards where Riley tries to skate forward, loses it. Now Ruby picks it up. She's skating with the puck. She passes over to Riley. Riley pushes it in neutral ice. Now Laura picks it up. She gets tripped, and that's going to be a penalty. Lady Wild going to go on their first power play of the game after Laura gets tripped trying to push the puck in. All right. On the power play, we've got Margot, Bree, Gabby, Ruby, and Caroline back on defense. Margot reverses ice. Gabby, Caroline go over to collect. Caroline's going to pick it up about around the blue line. She slings in a shot. It goes wide. Gabby tries to center. Bree not able to collect. It comes up to Caroline. Caroline going to take a shot. Stick save. Goes over the goalie. Now to the Spartacats try to clear. Caroline pushes it back in deep. Gabby chasing the puck down behind the net. It's going to come. Glenn tries center. Margot's there. Margot skates backwards. Sends it wide. Spartacats going to try to push up the far boards. It's going to come back up to Caroline. Caroline keeps it in. Skates forward. Tries to center. Now chips it over to Bree. Bree skates in. Takes a shot. Pad save. Now she tries to center to Margot, but it's intercepted. Goes up to the far boards. Going to try to skate it out. Margot, Caroline, keep the puck in. Now it goes in front of the net. Gabby's going to come down. She's got Margot with her. She tries to backhand. Goes wide. Margot tries to collect. Send it in. It goes behind the net. Going to wrap around. Bree not able to get that in. It goes off the side of the net. A lot of scoring chances here in this power play. Comes up to Caroline. Caroline sends it from the point. Gabby backhands to Margot. Margot there to pick it up, and she sends it in past the goalie for goal number 2. Lady Wild up 2-0 in the second period. Lady Wild able to capitalize on that power play. Thought really late. Maybe they were back to even strength, but either way, Lady Wild get a goal there. .135 left in the second period. Laura comes away with the face-off. She skates it into the Spartacat zone. She tries to center. Nobody home. Spartacat skated out of the zone. Caroline's back here. She picks it up off her stick, sends it back into the Spartacat zone. They're going to call offsides. I don't think it was. Got Laura, Riley, Ellie out there. Caroline and Gwen back on defense. Caroline pushes the puck forward, and Ellie comes in offsides. We're going to have another neutral zone face-off. Caroline skates with the puck through center ice. Now in the Spartacat zone. She's going to take a shot from the left wing circle. She gets it in. She goes hard into the backboards, but she gets up 3-0 Lady Wild. Nice goal there by Caroline. She skates it in off the face-off. 49 seconds left in the second period. Line change with Margot taking the face off. Finley to their left. That's Gabby over to our right with Beckett and Ruby back on defense. Margot skates it in the Spartacat zone. Spartacats take it off her stick. Now they send it back in where Beckett picks it up. She passes forward to Gabby. Gabby's going to pass forward to Margot. Margot now skates it into the Spartacat zone. She has one to beat. She gets around and pad save. Comes up to Ruby. Ruby skates forward with it. She's going to take a shot from the left wing circle. It goes wide. Now Beckett tries to center. It's intercepted. Spartacats try to bring it out. Margo tries to keep it in, but they're able to get it out. And that's going to end the second period. Lady Wild get 2 in that one. Now it's 3-0. We'll take a 60-second break. Much like game number 1 last night, Lady Wild controlling most of the offensive zone time. They're in front. Shots on goal 18-3. They're leading 3-0 as we enter the third period. Got Ellie, Laura, and Bree out there on offense, and Caroline and Gwen back on defense. Now Caroline pushes forward, pushes it into the Spartacat zone. Now they try to clear, but Laura intercepts. She skates it in deep. She's going to try to wrap around, try to center. Bree tries it back in, not able to get much on it, and it comes back up. Caroline skates forward, sends one in. Gets cleared out. Now to Gwen up by the blue line, where Laura picks it up, sends one in from the high slot. Pad save and cover. Line change. Forward line change only. Margo, Finley, Riley out there, and Caroline and Gwen still out on defense. Spartacats send that into Lady Wild zone. Gwen picks it up. Now she stops. She's going to skate with it. Pushes up towards the blue line, but Spartacats able to keep it in. They send it in offsides, and they got lucky there because Caroline had nothing in front of her but the goal. But that was offsides, and we're going to have a neutral zone face-off. Now Ruby and Becca come out. Same forward line. Spartacats push that in the Lady Wild zone. They send it in deep. Ruby sends up to the far boards. It comes up to the high point. Margo sends it back out into the ice. Spartacats collect in their zone, and now they send it into neutral. Margo, Riley battling for it, but Spartacats come across. Ruby skates forward, pushes out of the zone. Now Spartacats send it back in. It goes deep, where Beckett picks it up. Beckett now looking for a pass. She hits Finley. Finley picks it up. She skates forward. She skates out of the zone, tries to chip around. She gets it around that Spartacat. Now Spartacats collect in their own zone and send it neutralized. Ruby tries to pick up the puck at center ice. She loses it. She speeds back to get back on D. Spartacats push it in and goes in deep. I think Ruby thought maybe that was going to be icing. She now picks it up. Ruby sends out the far boards. Now Finley picks it up. She skates across in through neutral zone, loses it for a second, but she sends it over to Margot. Margot skates forward. She reverses, sends it back in. Saved and covered by the goalie. Laura, Gabby, and Ellie out there on forward. Gwen and Caroline back on defense. That comes up to Gwen. She tries to push it back in deep. Board battle over here. Now it goes to the far boards, where Laura sends it in to the house, but now the Spartacats able to get that out of the zone. Caroline comes back to try to give some time to reset. She sends it in a little bit too early, and the Lady Wild are offsides. There's 11:50 left in the third period. Ellie sends that in to the Spartacat zone. Now the Spartacats clear. Lady Wild reset. Caroline picks it up. She loses it. No, picks it back up. Tries to chip around. Now Gabby sends that in deep, and that's going to be ice. Margot going to take the face off. Gabby and Riley out there with her. Now Caroline's getting with the puck. She skates to neutral ice. Now she gets around that last Spartacat defender. She's going to come in, take a shot. She gets around the goalie for goal number 4. That's 2 now for Caroline. Mario gets the puck. She brings it in. She's going to get a shot. Pad save. Reed tries to send that in. It goes wide. Spartacats try to clear. Beckett comes up. She sends it back in deep. Now the Cats clear for a moment. And Lady Wild push it back in offsides. Laura, Finley, Gabby, and Ruby and Beckett back on defense. Gabby collects. She skates with it, brings it into the zone. Skating at the near boards. She gets around another one. Spartacats send it up the near boards. Now they're just going to skate with it, but Laura picks her pocket, sends it in towards the net. Goalie sends it away. Gabby reverses, sends it over where Finley's going to pick it up. Finley not able to get any wood on that one. Puck hanging out on the far board. Comes up to Ruby. Ruby sends it in hard. It gets deflected behind the net. Spartacats trying to skate up the near boards. Now get it in neutral ice. Beckett disrupts that, but now the Spartacats pick it up, and it's a 3-on-1. Ruby takes it off the stick. Prevents a shot there. Now she sends it around the far boards. Finley skates over to pick it up. She's going to skate it up. Not able to clear the zone. Now it comes out. Spartacats reset. Skated up to the near boards. Just barely get around Gabby. Now skating forward. That gets past Ruby and second, but stick save and cover there by Lennon. She stays perfect. All right. Margot taking the face off. Face off goes right in front of the crease, but Riley picks it up. She passes it over to Margot. Margot now skating with the puck. She skates it into the Spartacat zone. She's going to come up, take a shot. Pad, save. But then she's there to pick up her own rebound and gets it in for another goal. I think that's 2 for Margot. Lady Wild up now, 5-0 with 8:52 left in the third period. Margot takes a face off, goes over to Riley. Spartacats send it into the zone. Caroline collects. She's skating forward, cross center ice. Now into the Spartacat zone. She connected briefly with Margot. Didn't puck, I thought, came out, but Caroline picked it up, skated in deep. Tries the center. It goes through before Lady Wild able to get their stick on it. Good job by Margot to keep that in. Now Gwen sends it in deep. This time Gwen not able to keep it from coming out, and Caroline's going to skate back shellac. She's going to pick up some speed as she comes into center ice. She gets stripped. No call. Margot sends that in from center ice. No icing. Now Margot picks it up. She's going to try to wrap around. She has a puck taken off her stick. Now the Spartacats going to skate it up the far boards. Great job by Ellie to back check, keep that in. Puck comes up. Great D-to-D pass, just not able to connect. Now Riley picks it up at the far boards. Comes up to Caroline. Caroline sends it back in deep. Spartacats are going to try to skate out of the zone. They get around. There's a 3-on-1 with just Caroline. Caroline takes out the stick before they're able to get too deep into the zone. Now Caroline clears the zone. Laura passes it up to Riley. Oh, Riley could have had a breakaway there, but Spartacats took it away. Now puck comes back to Lennon. Lennon passes it over to Gwen. Gwen sends it up the boards to Caroline. Caroline tries to chip it around. Spartacats keep it in. Now Ellie sends it out. Comes back in offside. 6:17 left in the third period. Lady Wild line change where Gabby taking the face off. Bree to her right. Finley to her left. Ruby and Beckett back on defense. Bree picks up the loose puck. Skates across center ice. Now into Spartacat zone. She sends one in from the right wing circle. Pad save. It hangs out in front of the net until Spartacat sends it to the near boards. Ruby comes in, sends one in wide. Bree tries to center. Oh, great job. She gets that in to Finley. Finley chips it in behind the goal. Lady Wild up 6-0 on that goal from Finley Reed. assisted there by Bree. And Gabby will take the face off. Face off comes back to Ruby. She sends it in momentarily. The Spartacats are able to clear. Puck hanging out. Bree sends it back in. Lady Wild coming in for the forecheck. It comes up to Beckett. Beckett sends it back deep. Gabby centers. Bree tries to take a shot, covered by the goalie. Oh no, they're calling a goal. All right. So Bree, I think. Bree getting the goal. I think that was Gabby probably with the assist. And Lady Wild now up 7-0. Got Laura, Riley, Ellie, and Caroline and Gwen back on defense. Puck comes deep in the Lady Wild zone where Caroline collects behind the net. She skates it up the far boards. She has it taken off her stick. Now Riley picks it up. She passes it up to Laura. Laura's got a little space. She's going to pick up speed as she enters Spartacat zone. Now she comes into the slot. She takes a shot. Pad save. Now it's going to come up. Caroline collects, sends it in, goes off several bodies, and goes to the near corner. .350 left in this period. Spartacats bring it out. Lady Wild trying to push it in too fast, and it's offsides. Forward line change coming from Lady Wild. Margot, Gabby, and Bree coming in. Caroline comes up with the puck off the face-off. Gabby tries to come in too early, so Caroline pauses momentarily. Now she sends it in deep. Bree picks it up at the near boards. She tries to skate it into the slot. Now it goes to the far boards where Spartacats pick it up. They're going to skate it out of the zone. Bree with a good back check, and Gwen now sends it back across center ice where Gabby's going to try to skate with the puck. Gabby and Bree, now Margot in on this board battle. Spartacats sent a Lady Wild zone. Lady Wild reset. Caroline pushes it back in deep. Puck comes through the slot. Margot not able to control it. Comes up to Gwen, who sends it in deep. Great battle there by Gabby to keep that puck in. Puck comes up to Caroline. Caroline's going to send that back in deep. She's going to go out for a change. Now Beckett and Ruby in at D. Puck gets sent to the far boards where Gabby collects. She sends it towards the net. It goes wide. Now Laura chases it down. She's going to try to center. She doesn't get any wood on it. Now Beckett sends it in. It goes behind the net. Bree tries to center. It goes off the skate. Vara's there to keep it in. She sends it in. It goes across to the near boards. Net wide open. Gabby doesn't get it in, but Bree does. 8-0. Lady Wild. We got a running clock. 15 seconds. I don't know if we'll get a puck dropped here or not, but Lady Wild are going to come out with an 8-0 victory here. And the Spartacats are just content letting the clock run as they clear their bench before the buzzer sounds. Lady Wild going to celebrate with Lennon, who's not going to allow the dog pile because she pitches a shutout. Great effort by Lady Wild. And we're back at 6:30 tonight. Everybody have a good afternoon. We'll catch you later.